I think they're pocket dialing. We're gonna start on our backs in Supta Baddha Konasana. So funny. Life is funny. Life is funny. Yeah. You got to laugh when you can, and not take yourself too seriously because it's not worth it. Yeah. You could stagger with your neighbor. Soles of the feet come together, knees flop apart, palms face open. You can have your hands on your heart, at your belly. Anything works. I just want you to get kind of grounded and connected. So, Kelsey, bring your feet together if you can. I don't know how that feels for your hips. Yeah. Let your knees flop apart and just take a deep breath in through your nose and a loud exhale breath out through your mouth. There you go. Do that again. Inhale full. Exhale loud. Now seal your lips and begin the powerful and very useful breath of Ujjayi. Inhale through the nose to the back of the throat. Exhale through the nose to the back of the throat. Feel your lower back spread across the mat. Feel your inner thighs drop open and feel a soft anchoring of your feet. See if you can connect and make the exhale breath a little bit more powerful, if possible. Good. A couple more cycles of breath. Just arrive, get grounded, and begin to feel and think a little less. If you do nothing else but feel more and think less, you are definitely in the right place for today. Good. Take your feet hips width distance. Uh-huh. Take the feet hips width. Keep a little bend to them, like a little bridge. Good. So you're going to blink your eyes open. Reach your arms forward. Lift the shoulders and the upper back up off the ground. So you're just going to take a little amended core exercise because why the hell not? Right. So just pulling in and up here. Now, when you lift like this, make sure you're not cranking your neck. So the suggestion would be look towards the ceiling. Good. Keep the lift. Lift your legs on an angle that works for you. So if you can get them straight or, a little bend behind the knees, that's fine. But out on an angle with the arms reaching forward. Hands can also go behind the head if it doesn't feel good for your neck. Rebend the feet. Take the feet back down to the ground. Lift higher. Exhale the breath, let it go. Yep. So now here we go. Lay down. Relax. Relax on the floor. Pull yourself up. Keep your legs bent to start. Feel your lower back press against the mat, lifting deep within your core muscles. Lift your legs on an angle that works for you, but keep the lift of the shoulder blades and the lower back spreading to the mat. Good. Rebend the legs, get the feet grounded. You lift higher. Exhale the breath, let it go. I'm a visual learner too. Good. Pull yourself up. Pull yourself up. Lift your legs on an angle. Rebend the legs, get grounded, lift higher. Exhale the breath, let it go. So just like that, we're going to go. Pull yourself up. Lift your legs on an angle. Rebend the legs, lift higher. Exhale the breath, let it go. Pull yourself up. Lift your legs on an angle. Rebend the legs, lift higher. Exhale the breath, let it go. Again, they kind of build. No shit. Pull yourself up. Lift your legs on an angle. This time heel tap if you can, or just lower a little. Bring them back up to that angle. Rebend, lift higher. Exhale the breath, let it go. Two more. Pull yourself up just like that. Lift your legs on an angle. Lower your heels and see if you can tap them. Lift them back up. Rebend, lift higher. Exhale the breath, let it go. One more. Pull yourself up. Lift your legs on an angle. Heel tap the heels to the ground. Lift them back up. Rebend, lift higher. Exhale the breath, let it go. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Rock and roll a few times. Cross the ankles at the top. Step into your first plank position. Slide right back into a plank. 1, 2. Yep, stack it up. So plank position, lead a little with your heart and chest. Jess, I like the brown outfit. Very nice, very fall-like. You have to come get a Viore one. Stack it up. Yep, there you go. Look forward with your eyes. Connect to your breaths. If it gets to be too challenging for you, I'd rather you drop your knees to support it and kind of, powerhouse through it. Lengthen your tailbone, bring your weight forward, fix your eyes on something that's not moving and go inward. Nice, Rachel. Draw your belly into the back of the spine and lengthen the tailbone. You're in your happy place. Hips go up and back, down dog. So your hands and feet most likely found their place. I sometimes have the nature to want to walk it in, so just keep it nice and long. Take up a lot of space on the mat here. Good. Roll forward to plank. Feel. Float your right foot an inch. We're moving slow this morning. It's annoying, I know, but it's the only way to really get connected inward. Hug your right knee towards your navel. You don't need to move the neck at all. Keep the neck nice and neutral. So listen carefully. You're going to slide it back to a three-legged plank position. Three-legged plank. Lower the right foot, tap it down. Lift the left foot an inch. Hug the left knee in. Scoop it up. So it's like a slow mountain climber. Arms are straight up and down. Re-extend the leg, let it hover. Lower it down. Hips go up and back, down dog. So you're going to do that a few times and just going to add little things in. Roll forward plank. Spread your palms and turn your index fingers forward or out a little. Plank position. Float the right foot an inch. Hug the right knee in. Float the right leg back. Lower it down to plank. Float the left leg up. Hug the left knee straight in. Scoop it up. Float it back to a three-legged plank. Lower it down, plank position. Hips go up and back, down dog. One more. Plank position. I know you're having fun. Float the right foot an inch. Hug the right knee in. Re-extend the right foot. Lower it down. Float the left foot an inch. Hug the left knee in. Scoop it up. Re-extend the left leg. Lower it down, plank. Hold plank. Drop your knees down, everybody. Bring your weight forward a tad and lower halfway to a supported push-up. Elbows slide down your side body so they're not winging out and your shoulders aren't dumping below your elbows. That's really important. Revisit supported plank with your knees down, please. You're in a plank position with your knees down. Halfway to a push-up with your knees down. Yep, nice, Lila. Revisit supported plank, keep the knees down. One more, halfway to a supported push-up. Spread your palms wide and let your collarbone like a broaden. Re-extend supported plank. You're going to keep your left knee down and you're going to slide your right hip open and extend into a modified side plank with your left knee down. Yep, so just kind of open it up. Flex your right toes. That's it. So it's like a little yawn on the side of your body. Right hand down, right leg's going to stay lifted. You're in a three-legged tabletop. So your right leg is lifted and your left knee is down. Hug your right knee in towards your navel. Give it a good little squeeze. Step your right foot all the way forward and through. Slide your left knee back a little bit so it's more on an angle. Root to rise, supported lunge. Hook the thumbs like this. Your fingers are going to pull apart. Shoulders slide down the back. Yes. Perfect. And you can pick, like if your lower back, this is an example, Beth, like if the lower back doesn't feel great in this, you would pull out of it a little. So you do less of a back bend and more of just the structural of the 90-degree angle. If your lower back feels okay, you may be able to get a little bit more kind of bendy into it. So you have to feel your way through. Hands to frame your front foot. Curl your left toes into the mat. You're in a low lunge. Left hand's going to stay down. Right arm's going to peel open. Easy twist. A block is a great way to get into this underneath the shoulder. See if you can extend your left knee up off the ground. There you go. Nice, Jackie. We got two Jackies. It's helpful when we have double names. Right hand to the floor, plank position. Step into a plank. Drop your knees down. Halfway to a supported push-up. You got it. These look much better. Revisit supported plank. Lean on your right hand and open it up now to the left side of the room. So your right hand down. You're in a Vashisthasana on your right knee. So a lot of times what happens here when we transition from that plank is you have to scoot your right knee in. So bring your right knee a little bit more underneath. Yeah, it's like little modifications that you have to take along the way. Yep. You're just breathing yourself open. You're sparking up your toes. You're feeling your breath. You're hearing your breath possibly. You're getting quiet with yourself, which is really a hard task. I know. The left hand comes down with the left leg's going to stay lifted. You square it off. The left leg's in space. The right knee is down. Perfect. Hug your left knee and give it a good little squeezy-dees. Step the left foot forward and through. Slide the right leg back a little bit more so it's on an angle, and then rise to supported lunge. And as you come up, you kind of have to feel your way through lower back situation. Hook the opposite thumb to the less familiar. If you could remember, good luck. Yeah. Inhale the breath. Exhale. You want to feel like you're pulling your fingers apart. Shoulders drop down the back. So it's a subtle opening on the front line of the body. And you can decide how heavy you want to be in that front thigh. The left knee over that left ankle, though. You're connecting here. Hands to frame your front foot. Right hand comes down, left arm peels. If you can, curl the back toes into the mat and lift the back knee up. Great. Watch that the left hip and the left knee doesn't wing out. Yeah, if you feel like all the weight's going into your right shoulder, you can claw the mat with your hand. That's a great option, Danielle. I like that. Good, Jean. Hug the hips in and just breathe yourself apart here. Hand to the floor, plank position to step back in one piece. You're back in plank, halfway to a push-up. If you prefer the modified versions, please take those. This time you're going to peel through an up dog or maybe a different back bend. If it doesn't feel good in your low back, be mindful. Press with the hands and the feet. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Look to the top of the mat. You're going to step your feet there this morning. Long spine. Feet can be a little separated to begin with. Exhale the breath, fold into yourself, let it go. Try that again. Inhale, long spine, hands compress into your shins is a great alternative. Exhale the breath, fold. Great. Root to rise, come all the way up. If you get a little dizzy, breathe a little more. Drag it to prayer, drop your arms. So from the top here, just basics on A's. Reach up towards the sky. Yep. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare. Step to plank. Even if you're eager to jump, take the first few kind of like slow. Halfway to a push-up. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. Look where you want to go. Arms stay straight. Walk or step or hop your feet to the top. Long spine. Fold. Root to rise. Come all the way up. You got it. It's okay. Drag it to prayer at heart. Drop your arms. Just like that. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Dive over bent knees. Forward fold. Let your head go. Long spine to prepare. Step, float, skip, crawl. I don't know how you're feeling, but I'd probably be crawling right now. Up dog pulls you through, or maybe not. Downward facing dog, hips press you back. Arms stay straight. Look where you want to go. Step or float to the top, nice and light. Long spine, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer, drop your arms. These look good, nice and crisp. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Dive over bent knees, forward fold, let your head go. Long spine to prepare, step or float. If you choose to float, just remind you that you should hop light into a low push-up. The up dog is smooth, nice. Hips go up and back, down dog. You got it. Yeah, starting to feel better. Arms stay straight. Look where you want to go. Step or float to the top, nice and light. Long spine, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Chair pose. Here we go. Sit deep. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare. Step or float through your vinyasa. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. We'll step our right foot forward, turn our back foot on a sharp angle. Let's rise together, first warrior. Outer blade of your back foot presses securely into the mat. It's at about a 70-degree angle. Hands to frame your front foot, plank position. Halfway to a push-up. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. The left foot lands, the back foot turns. Together we rise, first warrior. Your back foot turns on a sharp angle. You got it. Outer blade of your back foot presses securely into the mat. Left hip grips in. Hands to frame your front foot, plank position. Halfway to a push-up. Up dog is smooth. Press even through the hands, the tops of the feet. Hips go up and back, down dog. So we're going to do a few of those together to get ourselves going. Arms are straight. Look where you want to go. Step or float to the top, nice and light. Long spine. Fold. Chair pose, weights in your heels. Shoot up to stand up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. So from the top, arms go straight up. Heavy in your heels for chair. Sit way back. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Let it go. Long spine to prepare. Step or float through your vinyasa. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. Right foot forward, back foot turns. Rise on the breath for warrior one. To the floor we go, chaturanga. Up dog, you can take out what you don't need, totally fine, and add in what you want. Left foot forward, back foot turns, rise on the breath, warrior one. To the floor we go, chaturanga. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. Plug down through your hands, feel your outer triceps grip the mat. Yeah, kind of hug in. Look where you want to go, step or float to the top, land light. Long spine, fold. Chair pose, weights in your heels. Shoot up to stand up, drag it to prayer, drop your arms. Arms go straight up, heavy in your heels, chair. Sit way back into your chair. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare, step or float through a vinyasa. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. Right foot forward, back foot turns, rise on the breath, warrior one. To the floor we go, chaturanga. Up dog. Hips go up and back, down dog. Left foot forward, back foot turn. Come on up. To the floor we go, chaturanga. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. Be still. We're going to do one more full B. Arms stay straight. Look where you want to go. Step or float to the top, land light. Long spine, fold. Chair pose, weight in your heels. Shoot up to stand up with energy. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Your last one is your best one. Arms go straight up, heavy in your heels. Chair, sit way back. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to set it up, step or float through your vinyasa. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. Take out what you don't need. Right foot forward, back foot turns. Rise. Warrior one. To the floor we go, chaturanga. Up dog, smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. Left foot lands, back foot turns. Together we come up. Warrior one, looking good. To the floor we go, chaturanga. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Take a full breath out. Good. You're going to walk to the top of the mat or hop light. Long spine, fold. Root to rise. Come all the way up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. You may need to stagger with your neighbor. So one person can stay a little more forward and one person can go a little back. Yeah. Drag your right knee in towards your navel. Give it a good little squeeze. Okay. So drag your right leg up. Give it a little squeeze below the kneecap. Yeah, you're fine. So you can stay by just having your right hand here, but I want you to make sure you're not tugging your hip towards you. So the hips stay aligned. You're drawing your waist in and up, and you're standing up nice and tall. Grab your big toe with a peace sign index finger grip. Yes. Now, the leg that you're standing on has to stay straight. The leg that's moving forward can stay bent. So you pick how far you want to take this. There's no pressure. If you can extend your right leg forward, that's great. Extend it straight out in front of you. Now, once again, the leg can be half bent. You got to stand up tall. Extend your left arm up towards the sky. You can do this whole thing by just grabbing below the right kneecap as an alternative. So stand up taller, Alexi. Draw your belly in. Shoulders drop down the back. So like a little gate opening up at your house by the side of your house. You're going to swing your right leg open like a little gate. That's it. The little door hinging open. The right leg stays out on an angle. If you can keep the toe hooked, that's great. If not, just grab the side of your right knee. Grab the side of your right knee. If you have the room, drop your left arm open. If you don't, just keep it up towards the sky. Palm will face up. There you go. Come back to center with your right leg. Both arms are going to be up for a second, just for a beat. And then step down. Drag the hands to prayer. Great. Good job. Stand on your right leg. Hug your left knee in. So it's really simple, but it's efficient. So you're going to start by just hugging your left knee in, and you're going to check in. Hug that knee in. If you can grab your big toe, it's totally up to you. Even if you don't kick the leg all the way forward, that's cool. Or your hand can stay on your knee. Right arm up towards sky. So we start by extending the leg just forward. That's it. Be careful that you're not dragging your leg up to you. It's just moving forward. We're just moving it forward first. You're getting your balance. You're finding your alignment. Then we're starting to move it open on an angle, like a little door hinging. The right arm can drop open if you have the space next to you with the palm facing open. You have to kind of grip your hips in, draw your navel in, soften the shoulders down the back, and stand up a little taller. Bring it to center, arms up, leg up. See if you can lift the leg a little higher. Arms stay up, belly draws in. Keep the arms up, lower the left foot down. Sit into chair, weight moves into your heels. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Long spine sets you up, step or float through your vinyasa. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Step the right foot smack in between your hands. Turn your back foot on a sharp angle. We're going to find triangle from the ground up. Yep, triangle pose right here. So it's a similar pose that you just took. It's just now both feet are on the floor. It's actually the same pose. So where can you find the similarities in the pose? Hook the hips in. Let the side ribs go nice and long. Yeah, use a block to the outside of your right calf if you need a little lift. Anywhere across the front of the right shin is acceptable here. You got to feel like you're pulling up. Kind of breathing yourself open here. Yep. There's a lift and a hook, and you're settling in. Feel your feet on the floor. Feel your inner and outer thighs gripping in and up. Look down and let's step up together into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. So use the block, slide it forward so you can keep that large lift through that side ribs. Yeah. So if you're going to bind, guys, you got to kick behind you so you get the thigh bone to stretch open. Maybe get a little lighter in the bottom hand. Take your right ribs and turn them. Stay with it. Grip your right hip in. Keep your right foot forward. Nice, Beth. If you took a bind, release into a regular Arda. Step back triangle. You can do it. Triangle. Pull up anywhere across the front of the shin or use that same block. Integrate the inner and outer legs. Feel your inner and outer thighs beginning to really grip. Let your top arm pull you up to stand. Arms are straight, legs are straight. Turn your right toes in, face towards the side mirror. Interlace the hands behind the back. Inhale the breath. Soften behind the knees. Exhale the breath, fold down the center. Yeah, anytime you do a forward fold like this, you have to bend your knees. If your lower back doesn't feel good, let me know. Deeper bend in your knees. If your head touches the ground, that just means that you're flexible. You need a smaller stance. Yes. The goal is to have those clasped hands kind of wrapping forward away from your low back so you get more of a back bend. Stay with it. Good. Place the hands down on the floor. That's it. Come to the fingertips, long spine. Create some length for yourself. You're not going to come up. You're going to crawl your hands to the front skinny edge of your mat. Your right foot's going to be forward. Your back left heel is going to come up off the ground. You're at a low lunge with your hands on the floor. So make sure your stance is wide enough and long enough. The left hand's going to go down to the floor. The right arm's going to peel open. So the transition into Vashisthasana side planks. You're only here for a few breaths. You're stacking it open. Yeah, I like to tell you that because a lot of times we set it up with the hand on the block. And then from here, you're going to step right into your Vashisthasana side plank. It's a great way to get in because you can modify by having your left leg up straight and your right leg bent as an alternative, or modify with the knee down if that worked good for you. Stack the feet, stagger the feet. The top arm can stretch straight up or up and over your ear, depending on what you need. Lift from your bottom hip to your top hip. Make sure the hip isn't opening. Get a few more breaths. Stay with it. Hands to the earth, plank position. Halfway to a push-up. Up dog is smooth. You got this, guys. Hips go up and back, down dog. Left foot steps forward, smack in between your hands. Just step it forward. Turn your back foot on a sharp angle and find your triangle. So set up your triangle from the ground up. Anywhere across the front of that left shin is what we're looking for, or utilize your block if you feel a little tight and short. Take this right foot and slide it back a little and open the toe. Yeah, there you go. Better. Hook the hips in. There should be a lot of space from your hip to your armpit. Rachel, take a bigger step and open up your right toes a little. Yeah, there you go. I'm not convinced you guys are breathing. Yes, I think you're just holding your breath and praying for this to be over. Yes. So try to connect to your breath a little more. I don't have to necessarily hear it, but you should feel it. You should hear it yourself, even if it's subtle. There's a little lean back action, but you're not in your low back. That's it. Good work. Good. You're going to look down and step up into your Ardha. Your right hand can easily slide to your right hip for an alternative. Move the block forward enough. That's it. Yeah, so the tendency is that the left foot likes to turn in. That's just coming from tightness or weakness in that left hip. We pretty much all have that. So pay attention. Stack it open, add what you want. If you're going right for the bind, just remind yourself that the bind, the kick goes behind you. Yeah, and if you fall out of the pose, who cares? It's just yoga. No one's giving you a grade today. You're here for yourself. So you just reset and you try again. Take your bottom ribs and keep turning them. If you took a little bind, release into Ardha and gently step back triangle. You can do it. So just a soft stance back. You move the block with you and you revisit your triangle. Pull up anywhere across the front of that left shin. Just Jackie in the front. Watch your left foot. It's turning in a little. There you go. Nice. Hook the hips in, the right arm straight up towards the sky. So you're really spreading the collarbone open, drawing the pit of the belly in and up. These look great. Stay for a few more breaths. The power of the breath, the power of that top arm and that back leg pulls you up to stand. Arms are straight, legs are straight. Keep the energy moving. Turn the left toes in towards the feel good, do good. Interlace the hands behind the back. There's a less familiar grip. See if you can find that. Yeah. Inhale the breath, open the collarbone and chest. Exhale, fold down the center. For some reason, the bind doesn't feel good in your shoulders. Obviously, just ignore me and take what feels right. Everything in here is just a suggestion. Yes. You got it. Stay for a few more. Anytime you drop your head below your heart, it's this opportunity. It's a great opportunity to kind of escape and drop down. It's an inversion. Soften your knees, Kelsey, a little bit. You're doing awesome. Release the grip and slide the hands directly underneath the shoulders. So I need you to come to fingertips and create length first, and then creep around to the front skinny edge of the mat. The left foot comes forward, the right heel is up off the mat. So you're in a low lunge. Widen the stance if you need to. This is a transition into side plank. So the right hand goes down, the left arm peels open first. I need you to first take the pose. Grip the hip in and feel. What are you cleaning the mirrors? Your sweat is like, that's pretty funny. Step into side plank Vashisthasana. Yes. Any way that you can get into a Vashi today, that you can be in it and really feel that it's working for you. Slide this left knee, Meg, a little closer to you, and I think you'll be a little bit better alignment. Yes. The right hand is down, the hips are aligned, and you're breathing yourself open. Top arm can wrap up and forward. Plank position slow. The transitions are important. Halfway to a push-up. Drag yourself through a smooth, clean back bend of choice. Hips go up and back, down dog. Stay with the program, guys. You're doing great. Come forward to plank. Hug your right knee towards your navel. Yeah, keep looking forward. Step your right foot smack in between your hands. Turn your back foot on a sharp angle, and let's together find Warrior Two. Warrior Two is feeling left out. We hadn't visited it yet. Yes. Take a long enough, wide enough stance. Your right knee should track over your right ankle. That's it. Your tailbone drops straight down. Think of yourself sitting in squat, Malasana. Roll your right thigh open. Spread your arms open. So a lot of times what happens in this pose is you fatigue and you lean forward. It's like surfing. You're like leaning into the wave. We want to really find as much symmetry as we can in the posture. Close your eyes and go inward. Just a few more breaths. Flip the palm, reverse the warrior. Thought I'd never say it. Come back through Warrior Two. We're going to go B variation today, which means that your hand's going to go on the inside of your foot or your elbow to the inside of your thigh if you're not bringing your hand down. I like placing a block either medium or high to the instep of the right foot, setting up that right hand on that block and encouraging the hip to open by kind of driving the back of the arm into the inner thigh. Now, the left arm is ready to do something. I'm aware of that. So it could slide across your back to the right hip. It can come to your hip, to your left hip if it's not working out today. It can just stay up in the sky. It can wrap up and forward. But what I need you to focus on doing is drawing your right shoulder blade down and back, and then turning your right ribs towards the ceiling. Oh, this is a great version. Ready for it. Steer your collarbone open. Grip your right hip in. So it's hip opening and back bending at its finest. Watch your right shoulder, Melina. It's rolling in. There you go. Warrior Two, come on up. Warrior Two. Take it to the floor, vinyasa. Yay. You never thought you'd be so happy for vinyasa. Take a nice smooth operation in an up dog. Downward facing dog. Exhale the breath out. Come forward to plank. Hug your left knee in. Give it a good little squeeze. Step the left foot forward and through. Turn the back foot on a sharp angle. Cartwheel open warrior two. A few breaths to set it up and arrive. Watch your left foot. Make sure it's completely forward. Jackie in front. Watch your left foot. Turn your back right toes a little bit on an angle. Lengthen your tailbone and sit down low. Close your eyes and allow yourself to feel. Feeling like, sensations through your body, unless it's twinges in your toes. Like, yeah, unless you're having twinging in your toes, you are enjoying this. But let me tell you something. This practice is going to take all the twinging out of your toes. Yeah, you'll be twinging everywhere else. Settle into it. A few more breaths. Where can you relax in the pose? It is possible. Soften the shoulders down the mat, down towards the mat, and relax the jaw and face. Reverse the warrior. Come back to warrior two. Hand to the instep of the foot to a blocker, elbow to the inside of the thigh. Yeah. Let's go inside. What I want you to try to do is fist your bottom hand. Make a knuckle with it. Yes. That's going to help get the shoulder down the back. Yeah, you're just tight in your shoulders. That's why that's happening. Most of us are. I mean, if we're not doing yoga, we're sitting like this. Right. Roll that left hip open. Add in some sort of half bind, even if you're just thinking about it. You just think about the bind and not do it. Yeah, that's cool. Roll the top hip open and grip your bottom hip in and under. And then there's a steering of your left ribs. Lila looks good. I think it's the outfit. It's a solid outfit. Yeah. So if you're going to go into a full bind, that's awesome and great. I just want to make sure you lift your torso up and you steer your chest back towards the mirror. Crown of the head, any which way you're doing this, should be moving over that front left foot. You got about 3 or 4 more breaths. I know it's hard to enjoy it, but see if you can enjoy it. Anchor through your feet. Warrior two, come on up. Circle it to the floor. Vinyasa of choice. You decide. The up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Jackie, next time. Next time you'll do that. Yeah. Step your right foot forward, crescent lunge. I used to, back in like my 20s, I would have yoga FOMO. Because like Heather was so flexible, could do all this crazy shit. And I always just ran a lot. So I couldn't do anything. That's like I could hold a pose forever. And I would be like, why can she do that? And I can't do that. And then I approached my 30s and then my 40s. And then I'm like, I don't care anymore. You do what you do you, and I do me. Drag your hands to prayer, lean out, hook the elbow, and let's twist. The more we move and the older we get, we're just grateful that we're moving. Right. If this is too much today, you drop your left knee. Modifications are well received and accepted in the body. Yes. Grip your right hip in. There's a little lean back action. Crown of the head should line up with that back heel. Yeah, if it's too much, you drop your knee. Where's the breath? Breathe into every twist. Hands to the earth, pause. Spring to the top of the mat, feet together, a little separated, you pick. Long spine, exhale the breath, fold. Sit into chair, weight moves into your heels. Drag it to prayer, go in the same direction, inhale the breath, let's hook and twist towards the right. Listen, if lower back is sensitive, Beth, I'm thinking as we go here, every time that we twist, if it feels like it's going into your lower back, do less. I don't know how it feels, but just throwing out suggestions. The alignment looks good, so you're safe there. Watch that your feet, your shins, and your knees stay aligned. The rest of it's kind of like, bonus. You're twisting to the right. You're twisting to the right. We didn't do this yet. Yeah. You're twisting to the right. You're still twisting. There you go. Chair, pull it around. Stay on your legs for a beat. You're standing on your right leg and you're drawing your left knee towards your navel. So just dragging it up. That's it. Your arms are up. You're standing on your right leg, everyone. The left leg's at a 90-degree angle. Right hand to the outside of the left thigh. Left arm peels back. Right hand to the outside of the left thigh. Left arm peels back. Dancing Shiva. We prepped for this before. If you can slide your right hand to the outside of the left foot and extend the leg forward, that's the full deal. But don't get FOMO. It's fine. You're good where you are. Lengthen. And this one, you can start to look sideways and start to look back. Pull around to center, arms up, leg up. Everybody bend their left leg to a 90-degree angle. Keep your arms up. Take your left foot and step it back about 3 feet. Arms stay up about 3 feet. Walk your right foot over to the right a tad. Right hand slides to hip, left arm stays up. Get real long. Inhale the breath, exhale. We're going to come forward and down for twisting triangle. So it's 4 poses that we linked. We twisted right for all 4, just in case someone missed out on something. Use a block to support the pose. Underneath the left hand is recommended. It can go out a little further if you need a little more. That's it. Anchor that back foot into the mat. Lift the hips up. Yeah, Jackie, I was just going to make that suggestion. Good work. Stay with it, everyone. 2 more. Right hand to the floor. Step back plank position. Halfway to a push-up. Up dog, smooth. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Stay with it. You're almost done. Left foot forward, crescent lunge. Crescent lunge, rise. Drag your hands to prayer. Inhale your breath, lean way out, hook the elbow and twist. If back is sensitive, you air twist, you drop your back knee, point your left elbow up towards the sky, everybody. There you go. Zip up those hips. The left hip wants to wing out. The back leg souped up and strong. Nice. If you feel good, you open up your arms. Totally up to you. Danielle, steer your left hip back if you can. Other hip. It's a tough one, I know. Good work. Two more. You got this. It's in the bag. Right here. Hands to frame your front foot. Pause. Step to the top of the mat. Feet can come together or be hips width distance. Long spine on the inhale. Exhale, the breath folds. Chair pose with happiness. It's a choice to be happy. Yeah, drag your hands. Inhale your breath. Hook the elbow. We're going left. Watch the right knee, guys. And that generally comes from the hips. If the hips aren't even, then the right knee slides past the left. We want to keep everything nice and even. The spine is long. We're not twisting in our spine. Our spine doesn't twist. It's the little ribs. Chair pose. Arms are moving up, lower half the body is moving down. You're standing on your left leg and you're going to draw your right knee to a 90-degree angle and just pause. As the right leg comes up to a 90-degree angle, the left hand slides to the outside of the right thigh and the right arm peels back. I'd say 90% of the time I take the pose this way just because I feel like if a lot of you can do it, grab the outside of the foot and extend the leg. You don't want to dump into the lower back. There you go. So if you are kicking the leg forward, just remind yourself that you want to make sure you're not leaning forward, leaning back. You're standing up tall. Kelly, other hand. Yeah, we did that one. So it's the same leg, but just take your hand. Yeah, there you go. In this case, you could start to look sideways and back. Pull around to center, arms up, leg up. Everyone have their leg at a 90-degree angle. Stay with it. Arms up, core engaged. 3-foot step back with your right foot, with your arm staying up and aligned towards the sky. Walk the left foot, everybody over to the left 2 inches. Take a wider positioning. Good. Left hand slides the hip, right arm stays up. Reach way out and come into your twisting triangle. So you created all this space in those other poses, so you're ready to rock and roll. Yeah. Everything in this class is about setting up each pose. So if we could set up the poses, you're going to have a better experience. A block is great underneath the hand. Yeah. Beth, try sliding the block a little bit more forward to see what happens. And then your left hand can stay on the flat part of your back. That's going to give you good info. You're aligned. You're in good shape. If you can stack the arm, great. If not, you don't beat yourself up. Everyone's alignment looks really good, most and foremost. Stay with it. Hands to the earth. Plank position. Plank position, pause. Forearm plank. Yeah, why not? Forearm plank. Eyes go forward. Tailbone goes long. Yeah. Weight more forward. Forearm plank. You're holding forearm plank. You're squeezing everything into the center line of the body. If the hands are together, split them apart. Yeah. One hand at a time plank. Do it slow. Hips go up and back, down dog. Nice work. Hop your feet through and lay down. Yeah. Yeah. Bend your knees in half. Let's take bridge. Not like we did before. I'm not going to make you do that core work again. I'm not that crazy. I know I slept a lot, but yeah, I'm still relatively sensible. Bend your knees. If you want to try taking your feet a little wider today, I'm cool with that because a lot of times it feels better in your low back. If you want to elevate your feet with 2 blocks, so what we're going to do is we're going to do 2 sets of a bridge wheel, and then I'll bring you into a shoulder stand with a block, okay? So knowing that, I want you to give enough to the first 2 poses before we just plop onto the block, okay? Let's lift up bridge pose. Find your favorite version of bridge. If you need a suggestion, flag me down. I'm right here, but everyone looks pretty good. Yeah, Jeff, it looks good with the feet a little wider. I like it. What you're looking for, what you're looking to feel is space from your low back all the way to the backs of your knees. And that's going to help you lift higher. You shouldn't feel pressure in your neck at all. Exhale the breath, lower down. Take a breath in, take a breath out. You're going to do it again. Repeat or full wheel. If you're ready to move on, you can do it with blocks under your feet. Find something you know you could maintain for 5 or 6 breaths. Here we go. Take a deep breath in. Try not to come to the crown of your head. Tuck your chin and then press straight up. If you are going to a full wheel, just remind you that your feet can be a little wider today. That's fine. They just have to be forward. Yeah. And if you try and it doesn't work, some days it just doesn't work. Same deal. You want to feel space. You don't want to feel like you're crunching your low back. Exhale the breath, start to come down. Tuck the chin, lower down. Take a breath in, take a breath out. Now, feet go flat to the floor. Slide the block underneath your low back. Yeah. The highest direction is going to be the most effective. So lay down, don't sit up and try and do it. Lay down and slide the block underneath your low back. So you're in supported bridge. Good. If the block is high, you can interlace the hands around the block. Sometimes that helps. Now, one leg at a time, you're going to lift your leg up. This is supported shoulder stand. So for years, we taught regular shoulder stand, and it was horrifying to see what was happening to people's necks. So I gently stopped teaching it and started doing this. Right. So now what we're trying to do is have our legs directly over our hips. Close your eyes for a few beats. So we work really, really hard in the first 80% of the class. In the last 20% of the class, it's like a wave and you're coming down off the wave. So try not to fight it, enjoy it. The longer you keep your legs up, the more you start to feel. So if you're starting to feel tingling or twinging, join the party. We're staying here for another 30 seconds. So if your mind is telling you, fighting you, reconnect with your breath. Bend your knees in half. Take your feet slowly down to the floor. Once the feet hit the floor, anchor them. Lift the hips up slowly off the block. Slide the block out from underneath you. Lower the hips down. Hug the knees in towards the chest. Give them a big squeeze. Rock and roll a couple times. Come up to a seated position. Cross your ankles and move through one final vinyasa to make it feel good in your body. When you come to your down dog, slide your right knee forward for half pigeon. Stay in your yoga trance. Down dog, left side, half pigeon. Just slide your left leg forward. And then revisit it and melt. Every exhale breath, you could ride it out a little more and go in a little deeper. Quiet your mind. Good. Come up nice and slow. Lean onto your left side, swing your right leg forward. Have your feet hips width distance and the legs straight out. Flex your feet strong. Bring your arms up towards the sky. Inhale the breath. Exhale the breath. Start to come forward, nice and slow. If you can grab the base of your feet, that's great. If you can't, you grab closest to you, tops of feet, ankles. Now, as you come up nice and slow, what I want you to do is roll down very, very slowly. So bring your arms straight forward, activate your arms, and use your deep core muscles to lower, lower, lower. Now, as you start to get halfway, you'll notice your body weight wants to just bring you down. So flex your feet more, spark up your toes towards your nose, and roll down really, really slow. When you hit the ground, hug your right knee towards your navel, take it over towards the left for a supine twist. Roll up to center, relax the right leg out in front of you, hug the left knee towards the chest, give it a good little active squeeze, and then take it over to the right, supine twist. You may need to move your hips a little out of the way. Come up to center, hug your knees evenly in towards your chest. Find stillness, make yourself comfortable. You can plop something over your eyes, something underneath your legs. Exhale the breath and just let go. Take a big breath in. Followed up with a full exhale breath out. Arms reach up over the top of the head. Nice big full body stretch. Hug the knees in towards the chest. Give them a big squeeze. And rock up any way that feels appropriate in your body. If you prefer just to stay down and lay there a little longer, that's cool. Sit up nice and tall. Just be still. Just be able to sit with yourself for a moment. It's a great tool. Hands to prayer, bow your head. Lift your head, open your eyes. Namaste. Great practice, guys. Go out there, hydrate yourselves. The cooler weather, you could still get dehydrated, so drink plenty of liquids. Here as usual next week. So I'll be seeing you. Let me know if you have any questions. Great effort today.